And we're back, guys. Thanks for clicking on the link. We are going to take a look at tomorrow's matches, the round of 16. The Sweet 16 is here, guys. Someone's O must go. And we're going to do a quick review of some of the highlights of today's matches. And again, I want to thank everyone for the love and support. 5 million views. Listen, honestly, I didn't even check until today, but thank you guys. Again, I say this all the time. I don't do this for likes or views or for money. If I did, I would have stopped a long time ago. I do this for the love of the sport. So thank you guys that really support the channel. Anyone that comes here with good energy, because the reality here is, look, I'm covering tennis every day. And for those that listen to me, because at the end of the day, I'm the star of the channel. It's so thank you guys for the love and support, because it's a different format, and I say it all the time. No fancy production here. That's not what we're doing here. Again, this is about just bringing you tennis coverage as it's happening, and that's a different type of animal. You can't you can't bring live matches as they're happening simultaneously in this degree, in this manner, by sitting in front of a computer. It's impossible. You literally have to be watching each match, reacting to it, uploading the videos. So it's a different type of animal, it's a different type of channel. And for those that come here and listen, I do appreciate it. Thank you again for the love and support. And again, I've said this in the past, me covering the matches, it's that emotion, it's the energy of the match as it's happening, as it's progressing. I'm not wanting to go into the studio, write a script, cut videos, and then upload them. And I don't want that format. That's corny. Everyone does it on YouTube. And I say this all the time to my kids, say it to everyone, to the kids that I coach. If you are doing what everyone else is doing, just run the other way. Okay? Stand out. Don't try to fit in. And I feel a lot of channels, they just do the same thing. You know, they talk about the same thing. And again, I appreciate the fans here, and I try to really stick to the fan base here. We know this is a huge Coco channel, so there's a lot of support here for Coco, and rightfully so. I mean, she's a very successful player, and she hasn't received the credit she should get. And it's like, it's not really people that actually watch tennis. You know, I think it's people that just are haters. And look, we get a lot of love here at the channel. I get a lot of love. Thank you guys for the love and support. But I also get haters too. But I say this all the time: a hater's opinion should never matter. It should never matter to what you're doing, because it doesn't exist. Why would a hater's opinion matter? So at the end of the day, that's why I have so many videos. You know, at one point, I made it a game. You know, for every hater that comments, I made 10 videos. And it became a little game. Okay, if I get one hater commenting, I'm going to do 10 videos for every hate. Next thing you know, I had 1,000 videos. And now, you know, last time I checked, YouTube pays for every video. It might not be a lot, but it's something, you know. So at the end of the day, thank you guys for the love and support, and I appreciate it. We're gonna take a look at these 5 million. Thank you. And look, we're headed to 6. And again, I don't look at that stuff. I don't look at views. I don't look at likes. You know, at one point here, you know, I had people that would just come and just clown and like, oh, why do you like your video? Something weird about you liking your own video? Listen, guys, I don't know about what your life is like, but we didn't grow up with money. We grew up very poor and very tight. And we had to support ourselves and pull ourselves up and do everything we could to be successful and to be productive. And a lot of times, especially in the world right now, that no one's going to support you. No one's going to help you. No one's going to support you. You're going to have to do it on your own. And for those people that don't understand that, hey, maybe that's how you were brought up. But everyone that I knows, they work hard for everything they have, no matter how much or how big or how little it is. They work hard for it and they put in the work. And at the end of the day, don't worry about what anyone says or thinks. Just continue working and focusing on your goals. And at the end of the day, you'll see progress, you'll see results. And that's just what we do here. Look, this is not a fancy operation, and I don't want it to be that way. Okay? I want it to be genuine, good interactions about people that truly want to talk about tennis, right? Because again, a lot of these other channels, I don't know if people realize, but you're not really supporting that person or the channel. You're really supporting the corporation, because anyone that's uploading content they don't own, and they're not doing it the right way, the owner of that content, they take ownership of that video, and they're controlling the channel. So you guys may not know how that works. And I want, if I upload a video, I want to be able to control it. It's my work. It's my voice. I put in the work. I did the research, and when you're doing all these highlights and these clips, they don't own the video. They cannot control the video. Once they upload it, it's not theirs anymore, and people don't realize that. So we're going to keep it simple, and we're going to look. I have a studio. I have an entire studio. I can do all of this fancy stuff. I have the latest and greatest, but we're going to keep it simple and genuine. And I appreciate everyone that shows love and support to the channel. Thank you very much, sincerely. Now, let's get to this matchup here. Vamos! Paula Badosa taking on Donna Vekic. Donna Vekic does what Donna Vekic does. And listen, if you're new to the channel, a lot of things you're not going to get. A lot of things you're not going to understand. If you don't have humor, if you don't understand that we want to make this, entertainment, then you're not going to get some of the things I talk about. And if you don't really watch tennis, especially not as much as I do, you won't understand some of the things I'm saying. You're going to think it may be silly or, irrelevant, but there's relevancy to everything that I talk about. Okay. It all comes back to tennis. Understand that, right? So Donna Vekic, listen, she's got power. She has a lot of power. Now, Paula Badosa, I actually said this a while back. Will she ever be a top 10 player again? Well, she's certainly headed in the right direction. She's ranked up. She's up to 93 now. Remember that year, that breakout year in 21 when she made it to the WTA finals? She literally started the year right around here, 93rd. Found herself inside the top 10. She won the Indian Wells. She had some success there. And do we want to revisit that? Should I? Well, listen, she's taking on Vekic, who's 37, who is having her best season since 19. But Paula Badosa, she went 43-17 in that 21 season, right? And we all know she won 2 titles. She won the Indian Wells, and she won a clay championship. Was that? I think that might have been in Spain. No, that was in Serbia. And shot right up to the rankings, right? Amazing. Now, and I felt, look, she did well at the WTA finals. Remember that, guys? She did really, really good. But it didn't work out that year. But she's taking on Donna Vekic, and I don't think these ladies have ever played before. But Paula Badosa having a winning season finally. She's 5-1 on grass. She finds herself in the Sweet 16 after taking out Mukova, who wasn't really all there, right? Vertova, who put up a fight in that first set, and Dasha, 3-set victory. Look, I actually thought Dasha won that match. I turned it away because Dasha was up in the 3rd set. But the thing with Dasha, I say it all the time, she's got to work on her serving. And it's the one thing that, again, for the fans that come here of their favorite players, listen, guys, this is my opinion. This is my fair criticism. Don't take it personal, because at the end of the day, I love all these players. I respect all these players. I'm an athlete. I'm a competitor. So it's not personal, because a lot of times people, they listen to what I say. They think it's personal and they take it personal. It's my opinion, and you have your own. You're free to give your own, but don't do any insulting of these players or myself, because that's not tolerated. Give your own criticism, but be respectful with it, right? I think Dasha needs to work on her serve. And if I say something, it's backed by statistics. I'm not just making stuff up here. Like, what do you think this is? Like, are you crazy, man? Listen, Paula Badosa looks good. She's taking on Donna Vekic, who beat Wong, Andreeva, and Diana Yastremska. I think the level of competition is pretty comparable here, right? Now, Donna Vekic, she's 8-3 on grass this year. She looks solid. Overall, Donna Vekic has been the better grass player. She's been the more consistent grass player. But I want to take a look at Badosa and that match against Dasha, right? 8 aces, 4 double faults. She struggled to get her first serves in play, only 57%. She only won 59% of her first serves, and she lost 43% of her second serves. 57 unforced errors, way too many mistakes. And the thing about that is, here's what Dasha does though. She extends the rally, she drags them out, she mixes it up, she uses a lot of top spin, she's all over the place. So, I mean, I could see the mistakes, right? I don't think Paula Badosa is still in her best form. I don't think so. I think if her best form is a 10, I'd still say she's probably a 6, right? So she's not there at all. But in terms of Vekic, the match against Dagana Yastremska, Vekic has a lot of power. And that's a matchup there where she had 8 double faults. She's got to improve her serve. However, she won 81% of her first serves, right? She got 58% in play. She lost 56% of the second serve. Now, I want to take a look at the unforced errors, 39, right? Paula Badosa had a lot of unforced errors. Here's the breakdown with this matchup. Donna Vekic wants to get to the backhand. Very powerful shot. If she gets to her backhand and she's starting to close out well, we all know there's been a huge focus the last 2 seasons of working on her net play, her defense. Both of these ladies are not great defenders. I would probably give, it's tough. I would slightly give, and this is tough. I would slightly give the defensive edge to Badosa just because of her style of play, the clay origins, and where they start behind the baseline with their teaching. They start all of their kids behind the baseline. However, Donna Vekic, the power she has, I think can frustrate Paula Badosa. But when it comes to defense, I think overall Badosa is going to cover the court better. And I think this is going to be a very tight match, but I'm going to pick Paula Badosa to win the first set. That's a pick. I think Paula Badosa plays her best tennis in the first set. She starts to decline as she gets fatigued. And we all know she has asthma, but she is a left-handed player that plays comfortable from the right hand. And that is amazing. And she's going to need to do that because I think she'll have the variety to mix it up with Donna Vekic. However, if Paula Badosa does not put Donna Vekic away in 2, I think Donna wins the match. But we're going to take Paula Badosa to win the first set on the money line. That's the pick. And remember, guys, this is for entertainment purposes only. What you do is up to you. Yeah, I know we did 90% today, 9 out of 10. And if I didn't pick my favorite player, one of my favorite players, the best shot maker in the world, then we would have went perfect. But nonetheless, it's for entertainment purposes only. Okay, what you do is your decision and up to you. All right. Jasmine, aka Little Italy, taking on Madison Keys. This is going to be a good match. It's going to be a solid match. We have the 7th seed in Jasmine, and then we have the 12th seed in Madison Keys. Madison Keys, guys, 4-1 on grass, champion last year on grass. She is a solid grass player. Her kick serve is good on clay or grass. She finds herself here after taking a Martina Trevisan in the first round, Wong and Marta Kashuk in the 3rd round. Jasmine Paolini finds herself here after taking out Sarah Termel in straight sets, Greet Menon in straight sets, and Bianca Andreescu in straight sets. These 2 ladies have played twice, and I mean, well, technically once, right? Last year at Montreal, Keys did not play that match. It was a walkover. So they played last year at, and by the way, I was there at Montreal. Amazing match. Dubai last year. Keys won that in straight sets, and she won it very, very bad. However, Jasmine's a much better player since then, right? She's 5-1 on grass, and Jasmine has looked good. She has not dropped a single set this tournament. Styles make matchups. Here's the thing with this matchup. Jasmine's going to have the speed advantage. She's very fast and explosive, and she's going to have to use that to her advantage. The match against BB last time out, Jasmine, she didn't serve particularly well, but she did win 76% of her first serves and 60% of BB's second serve. The thing with Jasmine, she's going to make you run, and that concerns me about Madison Keys, right? She only had 13 unforced errors in that match against BB, a very, very strong player who's very aggressive. BB can play forward. She can play from the baseline. She can play mid-range. She's got a strong backhand. Madison Keys against Marta, that was a very impressive win. She got 82% of her first serves in play. She served well, only 1 double fault. She won 71% of her first serves. She won 50% of Marta's first and second serves, respectively. 27 winners to 13. She did have 20 unforced errors. Here's the pick with this match. I think Jasmine's a much better player than last time they played. If I had to rate the form of these 2 players, I would give Jasmine the form edge. I think she's playing with confidence. She's playing with house money, and she is trying to make Dubai. I think Jasmine is the spot here. I like Jasmine to win once, at least one set. That's minus 120. I think she can win one set. I think she can beat Madison Keys outright. Why do I think so? As long as Madison Keys is able, as long as Jasmine rather is able to handle that first serve of Madison Keys, I don't think there's much Madison Keys is going to be able to do. Why? Because I think Jasmine has the drop shot that can frustrate the taller opponent on grass. Madison Keys last time out when she was eliminated, she was unable to defend her title in Birmingham, and she had a very, very rough outing against Leylah Fernandez. Leylah Fernandez had her discombobulated. She looked horrible coming forward. And I think Jasmine's going to take a page out of Leylah's book and do the same thing. So I like Paolini to win at least one set as the underdog. This is going to be very critical in shaping the remaining draw, because I have Coco winning Wimbledon, which means I have her making the championship match, which means she's going to have to get through Emma. She's going to have to get through the winner of this match, which I think Paolini's got a good chance to win this match. And then she's going to have to get through either Badosa or Vekic, which is going to be tough in itself. So very, very big things that are going on. And this match is critical in shaping the lower half of this draw, where Coco is the top seed at the number 2. I like Paolini to win a set, and I think she will win a set. Who's next? We have Emma Raducanu and Lulu Sun, fool. Listen, Lulu Sun is WTA. Come on, guys. You got to get a picture. Anyone that makes a slam, whoever works in the WTA home office, whether that's remote or whatever, you guys got to go on the website and you have to get the employee data up. Okay, these are employees of the WTA. You have to get their work photo up. Okay, every employee needs a work photo. This is unacceptable, WTA. Lulu Sun, she's having the best tournament of her career. She needs to be on the work homepage. Now, listen, guys, Emma Raducanu, I think I wouldn't read too much on the news story of her, wanting to focus on singles. Just wanting to make sure she's healthy with the wrist and everything like that. Emma Raducanu, listen, guys, she's having a good season finally. 7-2 on grass. She's winning matches. Renata Zaragoza, who's the first Mexican female to win a WTA Main Tour title. Elisa Mertens, who I wouldn't back in a single file line. And Maria Sakkari. Will she ever win another title? The world may never know. Taking on Lulu Sun, who is on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. A 6-match win streak. She came from qualifiers. Took out Bulgaru, Knudsen, Iala, Kenwin Jung, Stardup Seva, and Lin Zhu. She's dropped a few sets along the way, but she's in great shape. She's playing solid tennis. Now, Emma's won 8 of her last 10. Her only 2 losses to Katie Bolter, which she won a set, and Dasha, which, Dasha's, I think if they play 10 times, Dasha's going to beat Emma 10 times out of 10. It's just a bad matchup. Now, Lulu does have some losses. She's won 7 of her last 10. Katie Volley-Nets, Robin Montgomery, and Ben Gishi. All players that Emma would probably beat, right? I think Robin would give her a run for her money, but all players that Emma would probably beat. But here's the thing. I think Emma's overvalued in this spot. Lulu Sun's coming off back-to-back 30-plus win seasons. She's from New Zealand, and I think she's got some Asian descent in her as well. I could be mistaken, but listen, I say it all the time. When you're winning matches, you're winning titles. 8 lower-level titles. She won 2 already this year. Her form is really good. She's ranked 123rd. She could find herself inside the top 100 when this tournament's all said and done. Emma Raducanu, we all know the only title to her name, the U.S. Open. She has not made a final since then, and that's on the main tour. She has not made a final since then on the main tour, and she has not won a championship since then. She's had a ton of injuries. Now she looks healthy. Here's the thing. Lulu Sun, she has a short center of gravity. She's very fast. She hustles. I like her effort. You cannot teach effort. And she's got a left cannon that's getting her points. She's serving well, ladies and gentlemen. She is getting her first serves in, and she is winning them. That is a scary thought. This is the type of matchup where I think Emma's going to have a lot of pressure on her because she's facing someone that has nothing to lose. Lulu's son put up 10 aces against Lin Zhu. What does that tell you guys? That tells you that she won nearly 80% of her first serves. She has a lot of power that could back up Emma and put her on the defensive, the back foot for a lot of this match. Anyone that's blasting 10 aces, they have power because you're not returning those shots. That's a lot of power. And she's winning her first serves. She finished with 43 winners to 15 over Lin Zhu, who's a really good shot maker. I think Lin Zhu would probably give Emma a run for her money. She forced Lin Zhu into 17 unforced errors, but Lulu also won the net points, nearly 80% of the net points. Now, Emma, very, very good win against Zachary. But I don't know. I can't figure Zachary out. I think she's just in a slump right now. She did have 3 double faults, 3 aces. She won 76% of her first serves. She did not commit a lot of unforced errors. Emma wants to get to her backhand. And here's the thing about that. When you're facing a left-handed opponent, that shot's coming from the opposite side. I think this is going to be a very awkward match for Emma Raducanu, who is nearly a 7-1 favorite. She's going to have to get position. She's going to have to get her feet set and hit stationary shots. But I did talk about Emma Raducanu's forehand, and now she's threading the needle down the line. I've never seen her done. I've watched every one of her matches. She's now has a new weapon. She's got a new winner with that forehand. She is threading the line, and opponents can't return it. However, how she's going to defend Lulu is going to be the question. I like Lulu's son plus 6.5 games in this spot. Going to take her on the alternate spread, ladies and gentlemen. Plus 6.5 games. That is the pick. I even think she wins a set, to be honest with you. I think Lulu wins a set. But we're going to take the 6.5 games alternate spread. That's the pick. And now, as we get to the main event, ladies and gentlemen, Coco, the future of tennis, taking on Emma Navarro. Now, first off, I just want to get things straight. Listen, Coco is the favorite in this match, right? We know that. It's rightfully so. Coco, this is her 5th Wimbledon appearance. She's only 20 years old. And this is Emma Navarro's first Wimbledon appearance. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This is her first Wimbledon appearance. In fact, she doesn't have this long grass career. And I think people might be a little bit new to understanding who Emma Navarro is. She did play a season she did play grass matches last year, but she was bounced out in the first round to Ekaterina Alexandrova at Wimbledon. She did play Bad Homburg, but this is her first time making it out of the first round in Wimbledon, and she's now in the round of 16. So I think her career is improving a lot. But a lot of people have to remember, she had a 64-win season last year. I've been talking about her the last couple of years. She's a college champion. She went the college route, but she knows who Coco is. While she was in college, Coco was winning championships. Emma, she's a good player, and I say it all the time. She's a Jessica Pegula 2.0. I think she's very technical. She's very fundamentally sound. She's mentally sound. She's disciplined. But she hasn't been on the main tour a long time. She's still pretty green, but she's a good competitor. She's 39-15 on the year, 6-2 on grass. She finds herself here in the round of 16 after taking out Wong, Osaka, right, which is a very good win, and Diana Snyder. Diana Snyder gave her a run for her money again. We all know the last time they played at Bad Homburg, it also went 3 sets. How's she going to recover taking on someone like Diana Snyder? Now, Diana Snyder is not Cory Coco Gauff. She is not. Okay, Coco's eons above Diana Snyder, even though she's playing well. And here's the thing with that. Diana's good. We don't want to take anything away from her. She's said all the time. She's one of my top teen prospects. She's going to have a great career. I think she will win a slam one day. She's that good. But she's not Coco. And this is a spot here where Emma Navarro, she's going to have to serve extremely well to beat Coco. And I don't think she's necessarily served that great. She did beat, yeah, we understand. She did beat Osaka, right? But Osaka, here's the thing with Osaka. Osaka shows up when she wants to, and people have to accept that. It is what it is. Don't take it personal. She shows up when she wants to, and she's not a good grass player. And I still don't think she's in her best form. It's going to take her more time because she's a newly parent. She's a newly mother, if that's even a word, however you say that. So she's a new mother, and it's going to take time for her to figure out her schedule. Emma had 4 double faults against Diana. She lost 62% of her second serves. She lost 37% of her first serves. She made 32 unforced errors. That's a ton. She gave Diana 11 breakpoint opportunities. Emma cannot give Coco 11 breakpoint opportunities. It's not going to be a favorable day if she gives Coco 11 breakpoint opportunities. Diana, she's hindered. Her knee is wrapped up. Her movement's not that great. It's all forehand. Here's the thing about Coco, guys. Coco is going to throw the kitchen sink at you. The last time they played en route to her championship run at Auckland, where she started the season 10-0. She was destroying everyone. 6-5, 30 love, Sabalenka. She would have been 11-0. She would have been 12-0. She would have won the Australian Open. This is her opportunity to win a slam. Iga is out. Okay? And again, the last time they faced each other in Auckland, Coco had a fairly easy day. She pretty much dominated Emma Navarro. Coco, 35-10. Okay, this is going to be her at least 4th consecutive season of 30 wins or more. And look, her 4th consecutive main tour season. Pretty darn good. Coco overall on grass, a good win percentage, 24-9. She's 5-1 this year on grass. Carolyn Doide, who's another American, big, strong, powerful backhand, beat her pretty easily. Todoni, who's hot, right? Qualifier, playing well. Cartel, playing well. Cartel is going to be comparable to Emma. Short center of gravity, good backhand, good work rate, won't get tired. Oh, actually, I take that back. I've seen Emma get tired, and that is something that does concern me. I have seen Emma get tired a lot lately, so that's something that does concern me as well. Now, Coco Gauff, her last match against Cartel, she looked very, very solid. She won 90% of her first serves. She served extremely well in that matchup. And it was all back behind the first serve where Coco won 90% of her first serve. She had 5 aces. She literally had 9 opportunities to break Cartel. She gave up a couple. She forced Cartel into 21 unforced errors, 16 winners to 6, and she won 80% of the net points. If you watch that match, and I don't know if people are really watching Coco's full matches, the forehand looks amazing. Not only is she playing smart and defensive with it, she's attacking with it. Her backhand, the only time she couldn't get to her backhand was when she slipped on the brown spot on the grass. Other than that, her forehand looks solid. Her backhand looks solid. Her serve, she is cracking the heck out of that ball. Emma Navarro has a good baseline game. She has a good deep backhand. But the problem here is Emma Navarro, I think anything inside the baseline towards the net, I think she's going to be a huge liability in this match. I don't see Coco losing this match. I think she's mentally comfortable. If you listen to her in the post-match interview, she pretty much talked about knowing Emma's game. She talked about the matchup they played in Auckland, and she pretty much said, yeah, as long as I just stick to my game plan, I should be all right. So she's comfortable mentally before coming into this match. I think maybe in a year or two, I could see Navarro competing against Coco and, being a little bit more competitive. But I don't think this is a spot where Emma's going to upset Coco. Will she play well? I think she will. And here's the thing. Even if Coco loses the first set, I think she's still going to have the mental edge to know she could win the set and a match against Navarro. If Coco wins the first set, do you see what's been happening lately? After Coco wins the first set, she's getting stronger and more confident in the second set. So that's going to be a challenge for Navarro. So we're going to take Coco Gauff to advance here and get the victory here. That's the pick, guys. Who will she face next if she wins? Either Jasmine Paolini, aka Lotto Italy, or is she going to face Madison Keys? So very important match for the winner of that. But yeah, I like Coco to win. I think she's serving well. She's winning her first serves. Emma's giving up a lot of breakpoint opportunities to the opponents that she's faced. And I just see Coco being a little bit too strong here in every aspect. Defense, breakpoint opportunities, first serve. She's making her opponents cover a lot of distance as well. Her opponents are having to cover nearly 3,000 meters in these matches. That's way too many. It's way too much. And I've seen Emma get tired a lot lately. Even with the match with Osaka, where she defeated Osaka, Osaka didn't play in the second set, so I don't really look too much into that. But Emma Navarro, guys, the one thing that concerns me with her is just the variety. She wants to get to her backhand. Other than that, I don't. And her backhand is Coco's got, in my opinion, she's got the best backhand on tour because a lot of people they criticize Coco's forehand. Well, I mean, how's Coco number two? How is he the most consistent player in the last four Grand Slams? Coco's the most consistent player in the last four Grand Slams if she doesn't have a forehand. That's because she has the best backhand on tour. We have to acknowledge that. She's the best defender on tour. She's the fastest player on tour. She's the most explosive player on tour. She's the best defender, hands down, on tour. And the problem with that is Emma's best shot is her backhand. What is she going to do when Coco's constantly one step ahead of her, returning that? I see a breakdown. I see a breakdown. That's what happens when an opponent, any of you that ever competed, when an opponent can shut down your best weapon, it gets messy. It gets really messy, and I see that happening here. So we're going to take Coco to win the match. That's a pick there. Quick recap. I like Lulu Sun plus 6.5. She's a huge underdog here, guys. Oh, Emma's laying some serious chalk. I like Paolini to win at least a set, and I like Badosa to win the first set. Those are the picks, guys. Entertainment purposes only. Thank you for listening. Like the video. Hit the super 9 for 10. Hit the super things. We'll see you guys later. Thank you again for the support. 5 million. Hey, we're headed to 6. Can't stop, won't stop. All day, the hardest working man in the tennis business. All I do is work, work, work. Thank you again.